r/AskReddit, what was the darkest movie you've ever seen? Irreversible. A friend in college threw it on after a bong rip session and it was a mistake. Brutal film. Random workmate and GT, man, Monica Bellucci is so frigging hot. Me and GT, \**,1000-mile PTSD stare. It's an unwritten rule to only watch comedies on weed. Hated that movie. I am still afraid of walking alone in underground crosswalks. That was a hard film to watch. And listen. Brutal but incredibly well done. Come and see. As deep as they say. I don't want to say good because that doesn't seem worthy of the subject matter. It's a great movie. But, I don't like to think of it. It's worse because it's real. I had to sit speechless for a little while gathering my thoughts after this movie. I don't think any other piece of film has had that effect on me. The second Alien vs Predator. Multiple times I couldn't see who was the alien and who was the predator. Definitely Requiem for a Dream. It's a cinematic roller coaster through the abyss of addiction that left me haunted and self-absorbed for days. A breathtaking masterpiece that pulls no punches. Seeing that movie after nearly 5 years of sobriety really fucks with you since it's where you were headed and many you know have gone and died. If you liked it, the book was very good also and might be something you'd enjoy. As to S. Hard to beat Threads. Testament made me cry, but even though it's also a depressing nuke movie, there's a lingering thread of humanity left. Threads just kicks you in the face, and then puts it in THR dirt. The bombs were just the start of the suffering. If you're not burned alive in a collapsed building, then you get to look forward to an agonizing death from starvation and radiation. That ending too, oof. Dancer in the Dark and Grave of Fireflies are probably two of the movies that I think watching it once is enough. I was gonna say Grave of Fireflies, I'll never watch it again, but also agree with Dancer in the Dark, it's such a beautifully done movie. And GT, Grave of Fireflies. This, but only because I was like, fuck yeah, I love Studio Ghibli, and really need some magic right now. Not what I was expecting. At first I thought it was RTV, but no, that movie is unwatchably dark. The original Oldboy. The best movie I will never watch again. The Road. I read the book because I wanted to watch the movie and compare them. After reading the book I skipped watching the movie because of how dark and depressing it is. Pretty much any movie ever. I'm blind. A friend of mine took a history of film class in college. Most of the films were silent. One of the students was blind, not joking. Martyrs. Watched it once in a hotel room by myself, then watched Baby Goats playing on YouTube until my mood had recovered enough to call my wife. French version. Keep doubting. French 2008 version only, whole things on YouTube FYI. Kids. Happiness is a pretty fucking dark film. Link. Also some really funny moments and it's labeled as comedy/drama. Mysterious Skin is basically all the father/son/friends things with no humor at all. Yeah, I went in knowing nothing except it had a couple really good actors, and holy crap was not expecting how dark it went. Darker than Requiem for me. Schindler's List. It's an emotional roller coaster through the harsh realities of history. I was staying at a friend's house in high school because my parents went out of town. She went and rented us movies, Schindler's List and Philadelphia. I have never forgiven her for that. This and The Pianist. It's hard to say which is the better Holocaust film. 7. What's in the Box? No Country for Old Men. Just left me feeling empty inside. Definitely a dark movie, but I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, everyone's saying Requiem and big box office flicks, but Harmony Korine fucked me up with this one. I'm glad I watched it as a kid because I honestly could not stomach this one as an adult. It's just beyond fucked up. We need to talk about Kevin. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I can go without seeing that again for a while. I love disturbing movies, but this one was too much. Hated every character in the movie. It was extremely well done. The Mist. Sweet jumping cripes on a crutch, that ending stuck with me. Had to work the old 4P12 right after I watched it and I was just like WTF all night LOL. A mate told me how good The Mist was. I accidentally watched The Fog instead and I couldn't understand why anyone would recommend that movie. Took me years to realize the mistake. Melancholia is, well, melancholy, but that's akin to dark. That whole movie and everything surrounding it is depressing. Great movie. Kirsten Dunst is amazing in it. I was going to say this one, too. I do not recommend watching it while actually in a deep depression. I saw Requiem for a Dream when I was about 13. Let's just say I never touched anything harder than weed/mushrooms. LOL, hey, that's actually a great idea. My son is only 9, but I think you'll make him watch it when he's 13. I have no legs. My son is 13 now. I've been wondering when I should introduce this movie to him. I might wait another year though. Pan's Labyrinth. The Deer Hunter from 1978. Dear Zachary, and it's not even close. That was my vote as well, but I held as it's a documentary vs a movie. I made the mistake of watching this after my first was born. Bad idea. The best movie I'll never watch again or recommend to anyone. I regret watching it. My blood fucking boils whenever I think about that woman. A Clockwork Orange. Fucking sick flick, sick. That's a one-time watch ever movie. Welly well. This. Can't believe it's so far down the list. Completely believable portrayal of unbridled teen culture in America from almost 30 years ago. Justin Pearce, the actor that played Casper, tragically ended up hanging himself 5 years later. After I saw it, I called my friends to see if they had slipped me anything from the night before because I felt like I was literally on something. Prisoners. Fucking stinkamarink, I couldn't see shit. I watched it 3 times. Still not sure what exactly happened, but it really dug its claws into childhood trauma. Hey, that's not fair, you can totally see where the ceiling meets the wall in almost every single second of the movie. A Serbian film. Every few months I go a really long time without thinking about this movie, and then I come into these kinds of Reddit threads and get reminded of it and unwillingly have to remember it all over again. Just reading the wiki page about it is enough to ruin my day. Link. Just why was that movie made in the first place? The Plague Dogs. American History X. That curb stomp is imprinted in my brain forever. The movie starts with a dog being drowned in an animal experimentation lab, then it gets worse from there. The House That Jack Built. By far. It's slow. I haven't seen it but learned about it in history. Google it. It's a very difficult watch. Even if you're used to gross stuff. Threads. 7 and a Korean film called I Saw the Devil. Kids. Funny Games is pretty dark. Recently saw Red Rooms and that gets real messed up. Midsummer. I saw it a couple days ago and I've been very depressed since. It was so good but I genuinely regret watching it. Just a horrible viewing experience. I couldn't stop watching but I hated it. Green Room. Absolutely brutal movie that I still recommend. The violence is just so raw and real and the tension never lets up until the final seconds. The sound of him putting his teeth to the concrete, shiver-inducing. A film called Nil by Mouth, written and directed by Gary Oldman. It's pretty disturbing because it's the reality for a lot of people in poverty. Fun fact though, no other film features the word cunt more than this one. Edit, a letter. Grave of the Fireflies starts with a gut punch, flashes back, and it makes everything worse. Human Centipede, Serbian film, Shrek 2, Cannibal Holocaust. Human Centipede is dark, but is it as messed up as Shrek 2? Not sure about that one, bro. Not Shrek 2. So she said, what's the problem, baby? Still sends shivers down my spine. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.